Okay. Welcome. Happy Sunday morning. It is Sunday. So, today I want to do a quick video. It's not going to take very long, but I'm going to teach you how to make rosemary salt. Rosemary salt. I seen this recipe on TikTok, of all places, and I adapted it to Hormone hack it. So, I'm excited because I've made it one time. It's absolutely amazing. And hi, Julie B. I know you're on here, girl, because I'm making some for you. So we're going to make some for me, some for Julie B, who I get the pleasure of living with in our commune right now. And then we're going to make some for Sasha in the park. So anyway, we are making rosemary salt. This stuff is good. It's simple. I'll show you the ingredients here in a second. But I'm going to use pink Himalayan salt. I'm going to use sage. And I'm going to use rosemary. Now, the rosemary that I got actually grows in the park here. We had some volunteers show us where it grows wild. And there's different rosemary. I believe that wherever you live in the United States, you're going to find this anyway. So, grows wild. It smells awesome. This is the real rosemary. There is another rosemary they'll call the false rosemary. False rosemary, these leaves here will be smaller. And they'll have the purple flowers on it. It's still rosemary. It's just not going to have as much taste or flavor to it. But this is what they call the real rosemary. And this is the kind that you would buy in the store. Now, you can plant your own rosemary. I know a lot of people are planting their gardens right now. So you can totally do it that way. You can find it wild, whatever you want to do. And then I'm going to use sage. I had a sage plant and I'm trying to save it. Because I sent Don to the store the other day to get sage. And he brought me one of those plants. Like at Walmart. You guys see those things where they sit them on top of the produce? They're little plants, little plastic thing. So I used all the leaves on them, most of them. And then it's actually over at Sasha's house trying to be saved in her planter because she planted her stuff. And then, so I bought this yesterday, just the organic sage for now that I'm going to use. And I've got it all ready to go. And then finally, we're going to end it with some lemon zest. And I don't have a food processor, and you don't need a food processor necessarily. You just need to be able to blend it. So we're going to use my little hand blender today, and I will hopefully spare you a lot of the noise on it. So that being said, this rosemary salt, once you make it, is good for 2 weeks in your fridge. I'm not sure if you can freeze it. I might try to freeze it and then bring it back out because that might help it too. And so that's what we're going to do with our rosemary salt. Now, it's straightforward. You just start throwing it in to your blender. I'm actually filming part of this for YouTube, so I'm moving my camera down here, and then you just start pouring in. Now, measurements, I don't know. I'm a eyeballer of people, so I just pour. So I'm going to make 3 servings, and I'll let you know how much of this I'm actually going to do. Let's see. I've got, looks like to me I've got probably 6 ounces in here so far. I may do a little more. Let's just do 8. That looks pretty good. I already took the rosemary. Whoops. I already took the rosemary and pulled it off the stems. So I'm just going to throw that in there. Throw my rosemary in here to save time. And this is not an expensive recipe by any means at all. It's very cheap. Especially if you can find the rosemary or you're growing your own herbs. And then the sage, I just pulled it off the leaves and pulled it apart. Threw it in there. A little bit more rosemary. And then if you have one of those zester things, the flat ones with the handles, you can use that. Otherwise, I'm using my cheese grater with a little bit of lemon. And I'm just going to use the small whole side, not the big side, and just start zesting some of that in there. And this is going to be just to your taste. Just know when you zest, you're not trying to go through the skin. So don't go through the skin. Ooh, it smells so good. Smells so good. Okay. And then once you have it all in there, we're going to blend her up. I'm only going to blend it for a little bit. I'm going to spare your ears on this recipe. And then I'll wrap up with a couple other things that I found in the park just to give you some ideas in this time, what we can do to still stay on track of our weight loss goals. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to run the blender. 1, 2, 3.
Video you can see it because I moved the camera down, but I'm starting, as I'm blending this, those herbs are going down, and that's what we want. And once you're done with it, it'll be ground up. You may still have some pieces of it, but it's totally fine. Totally fine. Totally good. Oh yeah. Here we go. Okay. I mean, you can see, I'll take the lid off. You can see how it's starting to grind up. Like I say, I'm going to spare your ears. I'm not going to keep doing this. I can finish this up when we get done with the video. So that being said, that's how you make rosemary salt. You know, what can you use it for? You can use it for anything. I have been putting it on chicken breasts. I actually put it on my steak the other day. You can garnish anything you would garnish salt with. It's just going to add that much flavor to it. It's oh, it smells amazing. Julie, you're going to love it. Julie, you're going to love it. Girl, when you're over in the park here later, I'm going to give you your bag of it. Oh, I love it. But it just adds a lot of flavor to it. And would you say you should be able to freeze it? Yeah, I think you should be able to freeze it, Julie. So we'll try that too. But it's amazing. It just takes that extra kick to your foods when you're looking for a little extra flavor, or you're trying to change some flavors around, especially with, you know, if you're having a hard time with food availability on certain things, just adding this salt will definitely change up the flavor of the food, so you're not getting bored with your foods, and it's going to be healthy, especially with the pink Himalayan salt, because you're going to be putting minerals back into your body and doing some wonderful things. So that being said, I'll put the recipe in the description. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe this video. If you're on Facebook, please share it. It's a very addictive recipe. You will be addicted to it. And the guy was right. You will be. So anyway, other than that, we took a nature hike yesterday. And, I mean, we hiked around, but then these grow in the park. These are called loquats. Julie can tell you all about loquats. She knows everything about them. I looked them up this morning. They originally equate from China. This is growing on a tree right outside our campground store, and we've been eating on them. They have really big seeds in them. They're kind of fuzzy on the outside like a peach, and then they're kind of sweet on the inside like a fruit. They're really good. They got these big seeds in it. I'm almost tempted to take a seed and try to plant it and grow it. And then we have blackberry bushes that are below it that are growing blackberries, so we picked some blackberries. So guys, I know as things are getting, are what they are, we're being trained on a new normal, which I don't like. I believe in freedom. I believe in certain things. But as we're kind of walking through this process, I want to give you assurance that, hey, we can still do our goals. I'm here to help you. Let's be creative. I'm in a good spot where I can absolutely help you. So you just need to reach out and not be afraid to reach out during this time. So, you know, as I come across ideas and things, just do it. I know a lot of people are planting their gardens. Even if you've never planted a garden, there's so many simple things you can do. I'm not going to go through them, but there's so many YouTube videos out there. It's amazing. So if you make the rosemary salt, let me know. If you need some help, let me know. And I will see you guys on the next video. So you guys have a great Sunday. See ya. Bye-bye.